We are interrupting our normal Samurai 7 series to bring you this special edition because it is very timely. Do you create New Year's resolutions? Do they work? I used to create New Year's resolutions. Every year I would get my list and write them down, and sure enough, they would not work. And then I would get mad at myself because I didn't get those resolutions done. What's better than New Year's resolutions? I have an idea for you. Name your year. Here's how this works. I started doing this probably about 5 years ago now, and it has been transformational every single year. What you do is you think about the year ahead and think about who you want to become. So not who you are today, but what kind of skills do you want to acquire, or what kind of personality traits do you want to adopt that you don't have today? For example, years ago, one of the problems or challenges that I was experiencing is that I wasn't taking risks. I was kind of being safe and kind of status quo. I wasn't taking risks. So I named my year the year of balls on the table. Yes, that's what I named my year. So what I thought about is every day, how can I take a risk? How can I put those balls on the table and take the risk? That came from actually a TV show, which is where it was the inspiration for this idea came from. And the inspiration can come from any area of your life. What you want to do is think about that way you want to become that you aren't today, and name your year according to that so that you can live into this. So with my year being the year of balls on the table, every day I would ask myself, how can I take a risk? How can I challenge myself? What can I do in this situation, in this phone call, in this environment? What can I do that would be taking a risk, that would be standing up for what I believe in, or would be letting my voice be heard? Those types of things. Here's another example. I found that in 1 year of my life, I was striving for perfection too much. It was everything had to be perfect or it didn't get done. That email had to be perfect or I wouldn't send it. That talk had to be written exactly, perfectly, or I wasn't ready to deliver it. That did not serve me well. So I named that year the year of messy. And to me, what that meant was not being sloppy and ridiculous. What it meant was it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay that everything doesn't go exactly as planned. Let it go. Send the email. Raise your hand. Say yes to this opportunity. Let it be a little messy. And actually, that was so fun. That it gave me permission to become something I wasn't and live into that ideal. So this year, what's it going to be? Drum roll. This year is going to be the year, and I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Okay, we're still rolling, so that's okay. Because sometimes this is new. I was just talking on set about this idea, and I had competing ideas of what I'm going to name 2019. So 2019 is going to be the year to make it more interesting. Now, what I mean by that, this comes from improv, is in any situation, one of my improv instructors taught me that there's an opportunity to make it more interesting. So when you're having a cup of tea, you can have a cup of tea. How can you make that more interesting? You can drop the tea all over myself. Or I can go to give someone the tea and drop the tea on the floor. I can make it more interesting, which actually makes the scene more interesting, and it's a lot more fun. So I'm going to challenge myself this year. 2019 is going to be the year to make everything I can more interesting. Okay, are you ready to name your year? Here's what you do. 3 things. Number 1, think about how you want to be in the year ahead. Think about a trait or a skill or a persona that you don't have today that you want to grow into. Then, name it something, step 2, name it something that you can easily remember, something that you would not mind writing in a notebook every single day. I keep a journal, and every day I will remind myself to make it more interesting. And I don't mind writing that every single day. So you don't want a long sentence. It's something short and catchy. Balls on the table. Something you don't mind writing every day. And then step 3, tell people. Don't keep this inside. Tell as many people as you can what you're doing, because that also helps you own it and grow into it. And then you will see, when you look back at the end of the year, you will be a whole different person because this has influenced you all year long. Enjoy. No, there's a beep. There's a beep. It goes beep, and then all that. There's music that David has expertly picked out for the outtakes. So Balls on the Table came from this TV show called Silicon Valley. And in this one episode, one of the characters, they're entrepreneurs and they're raising money, actually places his cojones on a table. And yes, no, this actually happened. And a whole bunch of stuff goes wrong, and obviously we don't want to do that in real life. But it was such a visual, and one of my best friends actually got me, because this table that happened in the episode was on a certain type of wood, and he sourced the exact same wood from the table and had the words "Balls on the Table" burned into this wood, and it now sits on my desk to this day. Balls on the Table.